It gives me immense joy to be back in this county of limitless potential, Homabay. It has been 62 eventful years since we took this historic step towards full independence through our hard work, determination, and self-belief. We have defied odds, surmounted challenges, triumphed over adversity, and emerged as a modern democratic state whose government and economy are energized by the restless ambition of confident citizens. Our forefathers knew, as we do, that we, the people, are the foundation, the pillars, and the engine of this nation, and that only we can do the work of building the Kenya we want. More critically, we understand keenly that this country is our home, and we have no other. This is why, wherever they go all over the world, Kenyans never forget their homeland and vigorously contribute to nation building. We are acutely aware that although we have given a decent account of ourselves since the first Madaka day, we are quite far from where we ought to have reached. It is time for us to reflect on the state of our collective self-belief as a people, because without it, we lose all the opportunities that come with Madaka. We all know that Kenya is not short of imaginative strategies and bold visions. In fact, so good are some of our plans that other countries have successfully implemented them and achieved impressive progress. Our biggest problem has always been one of implementation and execution. The faith to believe in our plans for change, the courage to execute, and the patience and focus to get it done. Some do not believe that we deserve the good that comes with positive change. Others think we are too poor or even in the wrong part of the world. Yet still, others do not want to see changes that benefit ordinary people or make life better for everyone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to persuade the doubters that no one else is going to bring change except us, and that the only way to build the Kenya we want is by embracing change, however uncomfortable it may seem at first, and that we must possess the self-belief individually and collectively to approach our tasks boldly, confidently, and with determination in order to deliver new, more and better, sooner rather than later. Ladies and gentlemen, over 2.5 years ago, we embarked on an ambitious journey of national renewal powered by the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and rooted in the will and sovereign consent of the people of Kenya. Bottom-up is not just a mere slogan. Today, it is a lived reality for millions of Kenyans, transforming lives and reshaping destinies across the country day by day. This agenda is the expression of a deeper yearning among Kenyans to take control of their own fate and break free from a long history of hopelessness, dependence, and exclusion. This renewal of our commitment to deliver on the fundamental mandate of Madaka is inspired by the enduring spirit of self-determination through which we vow to give ourselves not only what was denied us during colonialism, but also what every citizen and every human being deserves. That is liberty, dignity, security, and opportunity. Madaraka affirms our collective faith, shared across generations of Kenyan patriots, that through hard work, innovation, and resilience, our farmers, traders, young people, workers, and professionals will rise to the occasion. With the strength of our imagination and effort, we can and must transform this nation with the imagination of our own minds and the work of our own hands. I speak to you today with a deep conviction that our country is firmly on the path to stability and progress. We have weathered turbulent times, navigated serious challenges, and through courage, policy decisions pursued with resolve, we have not only stabilized our economy, but also charted a clear course to long-term prosperity. Since August 2022, Kenya has recorded an average annual growth of an average of 5%, outperforming the global average of 3.3% and the regional average of 3.8%. Just last month, the International Monetary Fund projected our GDP to reach US dollars 132 billion. That is 17 trillion Kenya shillings, making us the largest economy in our region and the 6th largest economy in our continent. At the same time, inflation has declined sharply from 9.6% in October 2022 to 3.8% in May this year, well below our target of 5% and bringing welcome relief to households and businesses. This reflects the strength of our economic fundamentals and the impact of our bold reforms. During the same period, the shilling appreciated by nearly 20% against the US dollar, from Kenya shillings 162 to Kenya shillings 129, making it one of the best performing currencies in the world. The central bank rate has decreased from 13 to 10%, lowering the cost of borrowing and spurring private sector activity. Additionally, our foreign exchange reserves now stand at US dollars 10 billion, extending our import cover from 2.5 to 4 months. Ladies and gentlemen, the affordable housing program stands as a powerful symbol of the socio-economic transformation underway across Kenya. Last week, I had the privilege of handing over keys to the first 1,080 social housing units in the new Mukuru estate in Nairobi. As I said then, while it was a life-changing moment for the new homeowners, it was equally one of the most profound and consequential days in my political career to witness how a deliberate government policy can uplift lives, restore dignity, and offer hope to communities that have long lived on the margins of our society. Vulnerable, forgotten, and neglected. It also marked a proud milestone for Kenya and demonstrated that ambitious national programs can be successfully implemented to deliver tangible benefits to ordinary citizens and fundamentally reshape our understanding of meaningful change. To see families move from the hardship of overcrowded slums to the relative comfort of permanent homes, complete with electricity, running water, and clean cooking gas, was a powerful reminder of what pro-people policies can deliver and the great things we can achieve together when we focus our thoughts and energy on possibilities and action rather than obstacles and doubt. A little over 2 years ago, many were skeptical when we said that ordinary Kenyans can begin owning homes through a rent-to-own model using the same amount they pay in rent. Today, that bold promise is being fulfilled. We saw the joy of Cherusha Mudhoni, a mother of 3, grandmother of 4, and second-hand clothes trader from Mukuru kwa Ruben as she stepped into her new home. Here in Homabay County, the county of limitless opportunities, just 2 days ago, I had the pleasure of handing over keys to the first occupants of 110 affordable housing units at Boma Yangu Housing Estate right here in Homabay. Among the new proud homeowners, some of whom are with us here today, were Kennedy Otieno Odede, a border writer, Helen Atieno Osala, a mama samaki at the new modern fish market here in Homabay, Geoffrey Othiambo Nyasuda, a Jua Kali fabricator, and Vincent Ocheng Onyango. The journeys of new Dede here bring squalor of informal settlements to the security. They prove that with vision and resolve, courage and conviction, we can lift even the most forgotten among us into lives of dignity, hope, and limitless possibility. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't understand what we meant by bottom up, now you do. If you didn't believe, now you believe. And if you thought it was a fantasy, as contributors to the housing levy, you are now witnessing and making history that will be remembered for generations to come in the history of Kenya. We are firmly on course to delivering 150,000 housing units under the Affordable Housing Program, which have been under construction since September 2022, with 11,000 units already available for occupation. Very soon, I shall be handing over keys to new homeowners in Bahati, in Nakuru, in Elbakon, in Nakuru, in Mabera, in Kuria West, in Mgwen, in Nandi, in Milima. The bottom-up transformation is reaching every corner of Kenya, leaving no one behind. Beyond this transformative program is driving job creation, having already generated over 250,000 jobs. It is nothing short of a nation-building revolution, uplifting lives, growing businesses, and redefining the future of work and urban living in Kenya. Fellow Kenyans, in recognition and appreciation of the sacrifice made by patriotic Kenyans through their contributions to the housing levy, I am pleased to announce today that we shall be proposing to Parliament a reform to the law that will allow any contributor to access an affordable home loan of up to 5 million shillings at a single-digit interest rate applicable towards any housing unit in the market. This facility will also enable contributors to offset existing mortgages, offering greater flexibility in their housing journey and allowing many to significantly ease their home financing costs. These reforms will ensure that every shilling contributed to the housing levy works for the contributor, whether through access to affordable housing, home loans, or mortgage relief. Ladies and gentlemen, word is beginning to get out throughout the nation that SHA is working, by which citizens mean that the transition challenges and teething problems are now behind us, and universal health coverage is now serving Kenyans and leaving no one behind. Since the rollout of Taifa Care in October 2024, 23 million Kenyans have so far registered with the Social Health Authority. A resounding vote of confidence in our reformed healthcare model. We are now recording an average of 50,000 new registrations every day. A clear testament to the fact that Kenyans have embraced a system designed to guarantee access to quality, affordable, and dignified healthcare for all of us. In shillings 40, fully covered by SHA since its inception. For the first time in Kenya's history, under SHA, for the first time in Kenya's history, under SHA, citizens can access funded by the government through the Emergency Critical and Chronic Illness Fund. This groundbreaking reform is eliminating the burden of deposits demanded by hospitals, especially during emergencies. To sustain this momentum, the government has allocated sufficient resources to fully fund primary health care services. Every registered Kenyan can now access care in public and SHA contracted facilities at no cost. Taifa Care is universal in both word and deed. These healthcare services deliver transformation goes beyond the magnitude of numbers or of new beneficiaries to real impact on citizens. SHA is settling payments promptly, ensuring that no Kenyan is turned away due to lack of funds. Additionally, Additionally, to expand access to comprehensive inpatient care, the Social Health Authority is prioritizing the enrollment of all Kenyans with a particular focus on those in the informal sector, many of whom were previously excluded under the now defunct National Health Insurance Fund. Although informal households account for approximately 80% of the population, they have historically faced significant barriers to access insurance. So far, 1.7 million informal sector households have successfully enrolled and paid for social health insurance, a record achievement representing the highest number of informal sector enrollment in a single year in the history of Kenya. To address persistent challenges such as irregular premiums and other contributions among informal sector workers, we are introducing an innovative and inclusive payment solution called Lipa Sha Pole Pole or Lipa Sha Mos Mos. This initiative enables Kenyans to remit their annual SHA contributions through flexible, manageable installments, whether monthly, weekly, or even daily, based on their financial ability. It ensures families maintain continuous health coverage without financial strain, while simultaneously promoting the sustainability of the health insurance fund. Lipa Sha Pole Pole has been made possible through a strategic partnership between the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs, mobile network operators, and financial institutions through the Hustler Fund. The system is simple and accessible to citizens. Citizens